So I think that is... I assume this needs to be seasoned with salt and pepper, but otherwise I think this is good.
A fine single serving. Hoju.
Someone is hungry.
Just for the record, there's 12 of these bad boys. So 12 divided by 2 is 6.
No. That means I get 8, right?
A Rev.
Hey, Rev.
And, oh good, almost done with house sitting. That's good. It's out.
I hope the house sitting hasn't been too painful. I know sometimes, depending on the mood of the animals that you're watching, it can either go really well or not so well.
I hope they had a giant internet-connected TV that you could throw GDQ up on for several hours straight. It's interesting. They do donation incentives, where if you donate money, you can like earmark your funds to go towards something in particular. And a lot of the things will be like naming an RPG character something specific, or some other weird thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got a single speedrunner who is going to be playing video games like 4 hours from now.
Okay.
And he can either play Ocarina of Time 3D or Majora's Mask 3D.
Is there a non-3D version?
No, like the 3DS release.
Oh, the 3DS version. Okay, yeah.
But he is completely at the whim of people donating to GDQ for which game he runs.
Oh, gosh.
So he's been having to practice
Both? Oh, wow.
leading up to it, and has no idea what he's gonna do. Like,
Dang.
until about 10 minutes before, so when they lock the incentive.
Okay, so the rice is done. I'm going to drain this, drain thoroughly, and return to the pot. Alrighty, and then we're going to add all of our accoutrement to the rice. It's getting all the vegetables.
Oh, interesting. Bemused doesn't believe they've had seafood before. Or sorry, scallops before.
Scallops before? Yeah.
They're not a huge seafood fan, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I seem to remember you mentioning that before, Bemused.
They're interesting. I'm not a shellfish. No. I mean,
No, I'm just laughing because interesting is always one of those words that either means it's good, but it's got an interesting taste, or like, I don't really like it.
No. I literally mean interesting in this. So, I can do fish fillets, like cod or salmon, all day long, but I'm a little more skeptical of shellfish, like shrimp and mussels and that sort of thing.
Yeah, they can be a little fishy, like...
Scallops are weird because it's a, like, silver dollar sized piece of fish? Like, thing from the ocean.
Shellfish.
Like, it's probably
It's
fine.
shellfish.
But it doesn't have a weird texture or flavor to it. It is literally just like, here's a silver dollar of protein from the sea. And it's really good with recipes like this where you can just smother it in butter.
Butter always helps. I always think of scallops as having like the texture of shrimp, but they're much sweeter. And not in like a cloying, like, cookie or brownie sweetness. Just more of a... Like, you can see the color on these. Like, it's a caramelized, like, there's a earthiness to the sweetness, if that makes sense. So it's kind of it's one of those things that I feel like is a good introduction to seafood or shellfish if you're not used to it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Bemuse is the same. They enjoy any kind of fish.
You and seafood have never really gotten along. Shrimp occasionally, but that's it. Now you can't have it.
Aww. Yeah, so Zap does not have a giant display, but they are definitely watching a little bit of GDQ. Noodle made home successfully. They need coffee.
Yay. Coffee's always important.
Rev did a simple and cheap queso con carne mac tonight, which sounds incredible.
That sounds amazing, yeah.
Andrew's New Year resolution is to cook more out of the cookbooks that he owns. and he has a dedicated mac and cheese cookbook that I'm really looking forward to dipping our toe back
Well,
into.
if you'd rather do that on Sunday, feel free to bust it out and pick out a recipe that you want to do.
Oh, dang.
Because it's going to be kind of chilly here by Austin standards on Sunday. So I was thinking like a soup or a stew could be really good.
Hello.
And so I was turning to my Mexican cookbook that I got recently that has some really good soups in it. But mac and cheese is definitely a good comfort food when it's cold as well.
Okay, Hoshu is saying, bust it out, Stuart. Bust it out. Increases the peer pressure. Andrew can't help but laugh. We both love the Dogfish Head Brewery, and they opened up like a chain of restaurants, and then there was some weird corporate shenanigans, and the restaurants became like a separate entity that was still vaguely related, but not completely, and it got complicated. But like, we still enjoyed going there, and I would just order a mac and cheese with a steak on top every single time.
Yeah, they had a butternut squash mac and cheese that had your choice of protein on top, but steak was always the correct choice.
And like, I've just been chasing that ghost for like, there's some cream on the bottom of that you want to look at.
Oh yeah, I did get a little bit of cream on it. Not bad.
I've just been chasing this like mac and cheese with a little bit of zucchini and squash